You know, for paragliding pilots, Pakistan and the mountains of Pakistan really represent like the ultimate place to go flying. It's just the biggest, steepest mountains in the world.
To fly around those big mountains, it's insanely beautiful and also intimidating. You just have to be cautious.
For all the mountaineers that I know and all the paragliders that I know, the Himalayas really represents the absolute biggest place that you can fly or climb in the world.
You gotta go to know. You've got a lot of terrain where if you found yourself hurt in it, that could be a real problem.
One of the first times I ever saw paragliding was I saw this film about these crazy European pilots going to Pakistan and flying at high altitudes, and they had oxygen, and it just, to me, they looked like astronauts. And it was just, I remember thinking like, that is something I would never, ever do, but that looks amazing.
We've talked a lot about it, and it finally felt like now was the time to go and do it. So easily you can just talk and never feel like you're ready.
You know, all four of us has mountaineering background or climbing background. So I think Pakistan is just the perfect destination for all of us.
The fact they were able to like harness like the energy of the air to go fly over 6,000 meter peaks just seemed like just next level, just unreal. Fast forward 8 years of being obsessed with paragliding, and here I am planning a trip to go to Pakistan and potentially try to maybe combine my love for climbing and paragliding in some way.
We brought together 4 different pilots from 4 different states in the US with varied backgrounds, but all of us loved big air and the challenge of flying cross country and having an adventure.
The wind is pouring down from there.
With the locals.
Right out here.
That's Fontic.
We think it is.
It's one of those. It's not the pointy one to the right.
I don't know what that is.
That looks rad. And then, what's that one over there? That's Rakaposhi?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. I think it's kind of dodgy.
It was sort of a strange combination because we had to scratch really close to the rocks in the beginning of the flight just to stay up, just to survive.
You know, according to Cedar, what he said is that every day you're just gonna go to the rock, take your medicine, get yourself ready to climb out.
And as we gained height and crawled and scratched our way up the mountains, the day would also improve, and before we knew it, we'd be flying at 20,000 feet.
Woo! This is fucking nuts, dude.
So you're launching at like, 2,500 meters or like 8,000 feet, and then you're climbing up to like 21,000 feet, over 6,000 meters, right? In thermals, and surfing the edge of clouds with like huge dramatic granite peaks like below you. I mean, it's just like, as far as like outrageous shit you can do, I'd just like, let me know if you find something more outrageous.
I recall thinking it's like you gotta have the balance of great confidence with great judgment, and it's all gotta be in balance.
Yeah, just you have to have the ability to understand yourself before you fly this place.
So everyone on this team has like the mountaineering background to keep themselves safe if they end up on the ground and having to self-rescue, and the paragliding skills in the air to keep your glider open and flying in even the roughest conditions.
Yeah! I lived!
Yeah, you're just a weird place, and you definitely in play with some probability games in the area too, if you're not being cautious. You have to have your ego check and make sure that safety comes first, sort of thing, and be super aware of what's around you.
All right, so hiking up Eagle's Nest, that step up there, Rakaposhi. There's that. Yeah, you can see the ladyfinger back there. That's that rock fire behind me. So I had this grand plan. I was gonna fly up there and land, climb it. Now, standing here below it, I'm like, it seems like kind of scary.
It's you kind of can't even feel the scale of it. Like you look at that and you're like, yeah, it's pretty big, but it's 25,551 feet.
The biggest, that's one of the biggest vertical reliefs in the world. Rakaboshi. Fuck yes. David and Jeff decide that they are going to land high to acclimatize.
Me and Jeff both landed on this no-name peak. 5,000 meters.
It was a beautiful mountain. The only problem was it was 8,000 feet higher than where we'd been sleeping. In the middle of nowhere.
We're in our running shoes.
David's running shoes. Sleeping with their wings.
Sunset.
And David started getting pretty sick. Luckily just throwing up, nothing else associated with the altitude sickness, but he did throw up about 20 times. And when morning came, unfortunately, it was blowing over 30 miles an hour. David's not feeling very well. And we should probably get down pretty soon. Maybe go down this ridge over here. But David stayed super calm. Somehow he still had the energy to lead the way off the top of that mountain.
There we go.
We had dropped down below the high mountain gusts and were able to relaunch from the valley and make it home in the air.
I'd say my chances are 3% of sending this. It looks quite hard.
What do you see here above us, Cedar? Walk us through the route.
So it looks like it is pretty wide.
Yeah, come on.
It's like just more wide here. I think I could have made it out there probably maybe on site, but
Yeah, eating with the locals. They're so good.
Delicious. It's really good, right?
Here we go.
What's this for?
It's oxygen
Oh yeah? Why do we need oxygen for paragliding?
to breathe.
There were moments in the air that that took my breath away. You know, and it was awesome to be able to fly as a team and see those sights together and try to manage the impact that they have on you together.
to just get to fly over like huge mountain ranges in one day, crossing glaciers and mountain passes and exploring it from the air is just so good.
awesome place to fly, and it's very exciting, and lots of active control required to fly here safely to just get your mind to wrap around it. It's a crazy, unique experience to fly up to 6,000 meters and look at all the mountains, and you look at 7,000 meter mountains and it's still huge.
Next level, man. The flying here is just so big and scenic and just outrageously beautiful. These mountains are special, man. Very special. For me, the thing that really hooked me about paragliding is just what a crazy adventurous sport it is. You take off, you really don't know exactly what conditions are going to be like. You don't necessarily know where you're going to end up at the end of the day. So I landed in the middle of nowhere, Pakistan. This very nice Pakistani man is inviting me to his little house here for tea. So let's check it out. So this guy's minding his garden. Nice garden. And he gave me a mango. That's kindness right there, Pakistan. All right.
6 draws.
We are attempting a bull climb. So we're gonna try to fly to a cool looking rock formation and then climb it today. We'll see how that goes.
We found this place to top land and trying to go climb this granite spire thing. We don't really know what the landing conditions like.
Myself and David and Jeff flew into this amazing cirque at 14,000 feet, alpine meadow with giant granite towers everywhere. Be like a day or two of walking just to get there. We're there in an hour thanks to our magic backpacks. Me and David land first.
There are a lot of uncertainty that could make the trip into disaster. Like top landing is very important, relaunching is important. If you screw up either one of those elements, you could seriously hurt.
If you start thinking about the worst case scenario, it's pretty worst. Yeah, I just felt like a little bit of a culmination of all of this hard work I've been doing to get good at paragliding, just to have the skills to be able to come in and land in a technical area.
Cedar landed along a nice ridge and David on a nice flat spot on a plateau. I went into land by Cedar and
Don't force it.
didn't commit enough to that top landing. I let the lift kind of rise me off and away from the terrain. And I turned and I went to go land by David instead.
Let's go land, David.
Oh no.
I have practiced these skills.
Come to Papa.
I felt ready for it. I feel like I overcommitted.
Oh, fuck.
Buck, you good?
Definitely felt a bit of a crunch in my feet. And luckily David was there to sort of sit me down. Cedar arrived, coming over to help out as well. Decided just to self-assess for a while and watch them rock climb and then work together to get out of this place.
So he iced his ankle while David and I walked up to this cool little granite spire. Paradise.
Dude, look at it. Oh my goodness. We're gonna climb this tower.
I am a lifestyle climber.
That's what climbing's about, mate.
Dude, what a rad lifestyle, huh?
Cut the approach, come do some rock climbing.
Magic carpet ride.
Yeah. Cedar, my rope gun. Looks a bit wide, huh?
it's like a full circle trip for me, you know. Used to be a comp climber, and then injured my shoulder, wondering what I'm gonna do for the next step in my life, and coming across this guy called Cedar, you know. He said, oh, you can do climbing and flying at the same time, and now here I am. I can come on the trip with my legend.
Pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty outrageous environment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, see that?
And so they finished climbing and joined me on a spot that I'd picked out that was quite rocky, but if I had to limp to a distant ridge somewhere else and hope that it worked, we might not have the good air we needed to get off. I managed to pull up, take it in a crosswind launch, avoid the boulders, and get out of there.
Well, just took off from where we went rock climbing today. It's pretty cool.
What a cool adventure, man. Yeah.
So good. Dream
Yeah.
come true, man. Dream
Yeah.
come true.
Love you, brother. Yeah. Dr. Chen, Dr. Curran say that nothing broken. Hallelujah. Thank God, dude.
Just tore every ligament there is.
Yeah, dog.
Don't even look at me.
Good times, Pax.
Yeah, it's classic up there.
So there's a thing called bull bib and paragliding, which is basically fly then camp. But we are gonna pioneer a whole new sport today. It's called bouldering. Bouldering, and look at all those boulders. None of them have been climbed, so we're gonna go do some fun first ascent bouldering with the crew after a beautiful tour. Got to fly past Rakaposhi today. Fantastic, good time with the homies.
In the cloud. So mysterious.
So I just landed and alright, so a little bit of a crowd control. Crowd control issue. What's up, dude? Hello. Oh, holy shit.
To go out on a good note.
Last flight.
Yeah.
Huh.
Next flight.
Jeff is back in the team.
Yeah, we'll see. One step at a time.
And he just put the 6,000 meter mountaineering boots on his foot, hire a porter, carry his bag. In my mind, it's pretty amazing to see, you know, like making a comeback like that.
And I started getting the idea, maybe I could have one more flight to go out on a good note.
Yeehaw! Look at the lake. Fabulous night.
And, you know, to their credit, they had a lot of concerns. You know, what if I landed out? Could I even walk to a road? Could I even walk to help? You know, what if I hurt it more with a bad landing again?
You really don't know exactly what conditions are going to be like. You don't necessarily know where you're going to end up at the end of the day, and you constantly have to be, you know, reacting to the environment and assessing the environment in front of you and just reading the energy of the day. And so it's just such a cool and crazy adventurous sport. And yeah, and that's intimidating, but also exciting.
If you want to, you should go. Don't lose your shit. Realize you're playing a big, serious game.
It was super important to me, if it was at all possible, to have that last flight that's really a positive one, to go out on a good note here in Pakistan.
Flying in the Neel mountain range was not much data that you can retrieve from or information that you have. Is that you just kind of have to take the risk and go for it.
Managed to catch up and have this incredible flight with the whole team as we contoured some of the most beautiful faces we'd ever seen and flew the most incredible line under a cloud street at over 20,000 feet, and finally broke through what we'd been trying to do for half the trip, which is to fly east into the bigger mountains. To me, there was nothing more special than all of us having a final flight together to end our trip in Pakistan. The most special part of it was coming in and landing in smooth air with coaching from the team and putting it down on one foot.
He lived! So, thoughts on Pakistan?
This is the most epic flying I've ever done.
Yep.
With a sweet team.
Intimidating?
Not with my friends here. As I limp home. Yeah, you gotta make your smart moves.
Holy fucking Jesus.
Coming back, Jeff's relatively minor injury aside, like we're all coming back totally safe, which is just, exactly what I wanted. Not lose our shit. Have a good time. Be friends. Stay friends. Come back safe.
Yeah, it's addictive too. It's like I want more of that shit.
It's an amazing trip and it's an amazing place. Maybe on the next trip we can climb something bigger, fly somewhere even deeper.
Yeah, it was an incredible trip, and it's just wild to think that something I thought I would never ever do is something that I've done now.